of the consumer today, people need things that can do multiple tasks at the same time. For instance, there are mobile phones in the market that cannot just work as a phone but at the same time replace the tablets or the iPads. Similarly, you need cars also that can be driven every day to work and at the same time be taken out for a weekend, holiday or an adventure. One such car that we are talking about is the B-Class right here. Mercedes-Benz calls it the Sports Tourer. At the first glance, it does look like a Mercedes. It is the new entry-level car into the Mercedes segment today, and it is placed below the C-Class. If you look at the front of the car, it gets the avant-garde grille like most of the Mercedes cars today. It gets a new headlamp design which is likely to be seen on most of the upcoming Mercedes-Benzes. And now as we move behind, if you look at the silhouette of the car, it does make you feel that it's not a very tall car, but it's almost 5'7" to be fair. It's thanks to these crisp swag line here that runs almost across till the C-pillar, and also this another crisp line that goes all the way back almost till your tail lamp. This is what makes the car look very compact in height. Moving to the rear, it has the signature Mercedes tail lamps that extend almost to the C-pillar. Also you get some chrome garnish here and here. This chrome is added to avoid your paint being scratched when you load luggage onto the boot. Moving on the inside, the B-Class is the first car that has the new instrument panel design for the upcoming Mercedes-Benz cars. If you look at this, the 80 circular vents are back on the car and you'd see them on most of the upcoming cars. This has a new steering wheel with a new design or new layout for the buttons. This is already seen on the images of the e-facelift that are out on the internet. And you have this new instrument cluster which is easy to read, and also a new screen here on the top which has radio, and in other models you can have satellite navigation and various other things on it.
For the Indian car market, the B-Class is the new entry-level car for Mercedes-Benz and also the first front-wheel drive by this brand for India. Despite being the new entry-level, it doesn't feel cheap or drive cheaply. The ride quality is very much similar, plush and composed, and doesn't feel jittery on high speeds either. The quality is also very much top-notch, and Mercedes-Benz hasn't even compromised on the safety. The car has 7 airbags, which is not there in many cars even of other luxury brands in the segment. The handling is decent, however we would have expected it to be a little better. There is a bit of body roll in the car and you do feel the car moving around, and it's the ESP that kicks in the last minute and stops it from moving around. The 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol has an army of 122 horses. This engine is good enough in terms of refinement as the NVH levels are fairly low, just like any other Mercedes-Benz. Also, the good part here is that it comes mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Being a dual clutch, the shifts are quick. Also, you can shift it into 3 modes. First is the Eco mode, second is the Sport mode, and third is the manual. In the manual mode, you have the paddle shifts here. In the Sport mode, it revs to a higher RPM compared to the Eco mode, wherein it shifts quickly to save in on fuel.
The B-Class is the cheapest option that you can get of the 3-pointed star in India today, and if you need to buy a sports tourer, which is the only car in this segment, then this is the only option you have at the moment.